Howdy gang, welcome to the show. Trailblazer Tim here. Today I'm going to show you how I like to smoke ribs on the Weber Kettle Grill. Alright, so what we want to do here is we want to create an indirect heat for our source to smoke these ribs on. So when the charcoal gets to be about ready, we're going to pour them down here on some leftovers, okay? So that'll still have a little cook time left over and a little more heat for a longer cook, which is usually going to take about 3 hours. And then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I think our coals may be just about ready to go on here. Always use gloves when you're handling a chimney. All right. Now take a look. I'm going to keep all my heat on one side. All right. Indirect. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our top grill on, and I'll show you our next step. Okay, so now we have a heat source. We need a smoke source. A lot of people eat chips or wood boxes, stuff like that, when they're trying stuff on the grill. Me, I like to use hickory chunks of wood. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put them down on the heat, like that. Kind of spread it out over the hot coals. Something close to being like that. I should be wearing gloves like I told you, but that hasn't gotten that hot yet. So that is our heat. I got a photo can. Here, so our ribs don't end up burning. They stay nice and moist. Plus it kind of keeps the fire and the heat at bay. There we go, just like that. On this Weber Kettle Grill, what we want to do is we want to make sure to keep this top vent right here over where the meat's cooking so that the heat will come through and pass over. And we want to open that up about halfway. All right, not too much because we don't want to lose all our smoke. As soon as we get the temperature, we can put these ribs on. Okay, so we have 2 half racks here. All right, and I went ahead and I've already generously put rub on these. I didn't make my own rub. I'm trying something new, store-bought, and you can put whatever you'd like on there. In this case, we're using 4 Rivers barbecue purpose rub. See that? All right, let's go ahead and open this up. What's it down? Yes, sir. Now when you're smoking ribs on a kettle grill like this or a charcoal grill, always want to make sure to keep these bone side down, and we're not going to flip them until we put the sauce on right at the end. Now we sit back and wait for the goodness to happen. Probably about 300 degrees. It'll reach 375 for about 3 hours, and we want to keep as much as that smoke going. So in about an hour I'll come back and we'll take a look at it, make sure we got enough coals and enough smoke. Okay, so now that we're about halfway through our cook, maybe a little bit further than that. Some of you guys, most of you guys do know, but some of you guys out there are just starting out and trying to smoke foods or regulate heat on a charcoal grill. especially the Weber Kettle Grill, I'm going to show you how you can regulate heat, because unlike a gas grill, you got a knob, you can turn the gas down and up. On this, it's different. Looks like we need to add a little bit of water here to our soup. There we go. Got to keep that steam. Got to keep these babies from drying out. We want them nice and tasty. Okay, so this thing was actually starting to hike up to over 400 degrees. I brought the temperature down, okay, because we don't want high temperature. We just want that smoke nice, low, and slow. So now we went from 400 down to about 325. I'm going to show you how. You have two vents that are on your Weber Kettle Grill, and usually on any kind of grill. You got incoming air, which is regulated right here with this little deal that goes back and forth. I'll show you another time. There's like some wheels that are in there. It helps clear the old charcoal dust out, but also regulates how much air comes in through the bottom to feed. And then you have your outgoing top vent. And what I did is I closed these off, just leaving them open just a little tiny bit to allow less oxygen, less fuel in there, which is cooling down the process just a little bit. And at this crucial time in the cook, we want them to go low and slow. They've gotten plenty of smoke flavor in there and stuff. Now we are just trying to internally get the temperature up to where they're ready to go. All right, so the cook is wearing on, and this is a crucial time that is arguably one of the biggest controversies when it comes to barbecuing up ribs or smoking things and stuff like that, is the sauce and when you apply it. And I'm going to show you how I do it. Barbecue sauce is full of sugar, okay? So I see a lot of people that slap all the sauce on their ribs and stuff like that early in the cook, and then they wonder why that their meats come off, especially ribs, all burnt looking. Well, those sugars, as soon as they're applied to 300 degrees heat, are going to burn, and they're going to make it dark. And some of you guys like it that way, and that's cool. I like a nice color on there as well, but there's a balance to be had there. Nobody wants a charcoal piece of meat. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix up, and we're going to cut this barbecue sauce with one thing that I have in mind, and then we're going to put it on 5 minutes before we take them off the grill. Now everybody has their favorite sauce and all that stuff, or you can make up your own. Today what we're working with is Sonny's Sweet Barbecue Sauce. All right, I love this stuff. I got a half a bottle of this. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dump the whole thing into the bowl, just like that. Okay? All right, enough of the details. And some of these recipes call for like some apple juice or cider or stuff like that. I don't have all that stuff today, but I do have a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to pour just a little tiny bit in here so we can cut this down and make it more of a sauce instead of some crazy thick shell that's going to blacken up in 10-15 minutes. Plus it's going to add a little bit of that vinegary tang. Just like a blister showing up after work, look who showed up here today. Giving love to my dog and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he's not going to be around for the taste test because I've only got enough for me and my wife. So he's not invited for dinner, but he's invited for a couple drinks. All right, so daylight's gone. Cook is about done. Let's head out here, see what we got. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the special sauce, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take for the first time these ribs.
The special sauce.
We're going to split them over, and we're going to sauce the bottom side of these.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you watch me mix my favorite barbecue sauce with a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's time that we sauce these guys right here. All right. We don't want to put these on early in the cook, and the reason why is because, like we said before, the barbecue sauce is full of sugar. And what happens is once you introduce 300 degree heat, it's going to turn the ribs black.
It's gonna caramelize them.
You don't want that. You know, we want caramelizing and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take, we're gonna flip them over and put them on a meat side, just like that. Now we're going to sauce the meat end of these ribs. Look at that.
Oh man.
I'm mopping them at this point.
Oh, look at that.
All right. We didn't want to put that thick barbecue sauce on there, and the reason why is because if you thicken it out too much, you're going to get black ribs.
Oh,
this is the last 5 minutes of the cook. So this is critical, and this is where we want to be at this point in the game. Okay, so the cook is done, and we're heading inside because it's dark, and we're going to do the taste test. All right, the conclusion has moved inside, and we'll see what we're working with right here. We got a plate full of baked beans, some of that coleslaw, sweet coleslaw, and 3-hour smoked ribs on the Weber Kettle grill. Look at that. Look at the smoke rings on there. See that? All right, fully cooked. We're gonna enjoy this. Let's not mention, ooh, look at that. Some chips to dip all the goodness up with. All right, well, let's try one of those ribs. Look at this juicy, succulent piece of rib. See that? I know you do. Look at the smoke rings on that thing. All the way fully through. Oh. Look at that. So freaking good. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching me show you how I enjoy smoking ribs on the Weber Kettle Grill. It's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. Pennies on the dollar. Just use your brain, use your resources, and you're going to end up with a heck of a meal. Hey, until next time, I'll see you all on the next adventure. Take care.